Alrighty, well, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Katie, and I'm a meteorologist here at the National Weather Service office in Atlanta. It's Thursday, April 30th, and we are just doing a routine weekly weather briefing. All right, some highlights of what we'll talk about after a rainy day yesterday. We're looking mostly dry for the next several days. This is in the wake of a cold front that came through overnight. We'll also have some high pressure settling in that will allow for dry and mostly sunny conditions. And on that note, we'll be warming up Sunday through early next week with highs ranging from the lower 80s to lower 90s, so a good bit warmer, especially when compared to today. In addition, rain and storm chances will return early next week as we're looking for a cold front to kind of stall out across the area. That'll kind of help force some showers and storms to develop. Before we get to the forecast, though, I wanted to talk about yesterday's storms and rain. This is a graphic of our total observed rainfall from 8 a.m. yesterday through 8 a.m. this morning. As many of us know, moderate to heavy rain and storms fell across a lot of the area, but there was especially a line of heavy rain and storms that tracked roughly along a line from Americus to Macon to Warrenton. And that continued for several hours, producing the swath of higher rainfall totals that you see here. So in general, in that general swath, we saw generally 3 to 4 inches of rain, but in some localized areas, totals even exceeded 5 to 6 inches. So that led to some flash flooding concerns. We did have some reports of flash flooding. A couple of those I'll kind of call out here. In Baldwin County, we saw that there were reports of roads closed and some roads, even portions of roads washed out by moving water. In the city of Byron, in Peach County, roads were flooded. And in Bibb County, got some reports of residences with flooded yards and roads covered by water. So flash flooding was certainly an issue yesterday, with storms tracking over the same area for several hours, and they were really efficient rain producers. Some other rainfall totals, the highest we've seen thus far was in Macon in Bibb County at 6.65 inches. These rainfall totals of around 5 to 6 inches were isolated, but they did happen. And elsewhere, you can see on the graphic in other areas of north and central Georgia, totals were more like 1 to 2 to 3 inches, but certainly some heavy rainfall fell yesterday. And back to the present. This is a satellite loop of the last several hours. The rain you see off the eastern seaboard is associated with that cold front that moved through, so we are largely rain-free. Clouds are developing and moving across north and central Georgia today as we kind of get some moisture wrapping around that low-pressure system that pushed the cold front through. And it's not out of the question to actually see some rain showers across far northern Georgia with some of this moisture that'll be moving across the area today. So on that note, today's forecast, chance of rain graphic there, you can see in the light green across far north Georgia. That's where some light showers could be forced out of the clouds over the course of the afternoon. And high temperatures today will top out in the lower 60s to mid 60s across North Georgia to the lower 70s across central portions of our area. So a little bit cooler than recent days, again, thanks to that cold front that came through. For fire weather concerns today, minimum relative humidities will generally be in the ballpark of around 45% to 55%. So with those relative humidity minimum and maximum surface winds only up to around 15 miles per hour at most, there are no dangerous fire weather conditions expected for today, which is good news. As far as what Friday and the weekend hold in store for us, high pressure will settle in across the southeast, as you can see there on our surface map. It'll kind of allow for a broad area of quieter conditions across the southeast. We'll have a good amount of sunshine across the southeast, including north and central Georgia. So fairly tranquil weather in store for Friday and Saturday and Sunday as well. As far as rainfall totals, as we look ahead, this is for today through Tuesday, but again, not every day will bring rain. This is just the accumulation from today through Tuesday of next week. Generally on the lower end, barely more than a trace amount in many areas across North Georgia, with the highest amounts possibly localized totals nearing around 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. Clearly, North Georgia looks to be the focus with the rainfall going forward. This is because our next weather system will mainly just be a stalled front that'll likely set up somewhere across north and central Georgia. And that front plus some warm and humid conditions are going to kind of be the primary forcing for showers and storms starting Monday and also happening Tuesday and Wednesday. Right now, our forecast is only from around a slight chance to a chance of rain, so that's anywhere from around 15% rain chances to around 30 or so. So confidence and details will certainly come to light in the coming days as we fine-tune the forecast. And as always, these forecast rainfall totals are subject to change as we kind of pin down the location of the front that is likely to stall out across the area. As far as temperature goes for the next 7 days, generally an increasing trend across much of north and central Georgia. It looks like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday could be the warmer days of the next 7 days. So for all 4 of our primary weather and climate sites, we could be seeing some low 90s even for Columbus, and Macon could skirt around the 90-degree mark. It is possible that some locations in the area could near record temperatures for high temperatures at least, but that's still uncertain. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But for the most part, some of our warmest days thus far in 2020 will be on the way for a lot of the area, starting off the work week next week. All right, a quick summary. It was a pretty quick briefing, not a whole lot to talk about, which is nice, some quiet weather to enjoy. We'll be mostly dry for the next several days. Again, as a cold front came through and some high pressure systems will kind of be rolling through and keeping things quiet and dry. The high pressure will also allow us to warm up starting Sunday and continuing through early next week. High temperatures will be in the lower 80s to lower 90s starting off next work week. At the same time, rain and storm chances will return as things are fairly warm and muggy, and as a front looks to stall out across the area. And those rain chances could be in the form of those systems that kind of move in from the northwest. So those are our common systems this time of year, those kind of northwest to southeast moving systems. So as always, connect with us. We're always available. We're always here. The phone number's there, our briefing page where you can find the PowerPoint and PDF versions of this presentation on the web, social media, and this recording will be posted on YouTube here in the next hour or so. So with that, I will stop the recording